There are lots of different ways that you can grow your crochet business. And in this series of podcasts, I've been talking about all the different ways, from Etsy to rent a shelf to craft fairs. And this time, let's look at memberships. Memberships are a great way to always have some income coming into your business at the beginning of the month. But how do you do that for your crochet business? What kind of memberships are available and how do you take advantage of them? Let's talk about it. I love memberships. They're a great way to always have some income coming into your business every month. You got to put the work in to grow the membership rates, have members stay, but memberships all have the same kind of comings and goings to them. Some members will stay for a month, some will stay for a few months, some will stay forever. And it's perfectly normal to have this shifting in and out in a membership. But what matters is that over time, it slowly grows. And these work so well because you get to predict roughly how much income you're going to have coming into your business every month from that membership. And you can create a membership in so many different ways. You can have a membership which releases a crochet pattern every month. You can have a membership where you do a crochet along and a new part is released every week and have that as a membership. You can have a membership where you teach people how to crochet and they can show up, follow lessons from you, and get to ask their questions. People will pay for membership for that type of thing. You can have a subscription box. It's a type of membership. They pay every month and get something through the post. It's much more effort and much more overheads than a purely online or digital membership, but it's still a type of membership and you can control the costs and how much profit you make. There are loads of different types of memberships for every type of crochet business, and it's just deciding what works for you. And memberships don't have to take up tons of your time. You can create ones that take just a couple of hours a week to run. I've got several memberships and I've got several more planned because they are that good. I have a membership for a podcast. I've got the Crochet Pattern School podcast, which I charge $7 a month, and I release a new podcast every week. And just like this podcast, it's bite-sized chunks. It only takes me an hour a week to set up. So it's a really good low-cost membership for me, and I have members coming and going all the time. But most of my members stay for several months, which is exactly what you want. It's all dependent on what you want. I've got a new membership coming up where I'm going to be opening an accountability space, a place for tiny tasks and motivation to actually get the work done. And that's not about information, that's about actually getting the work done. And I'm opening that as a paid tier on Substack. That's a type of membership. There's no information, it's about motivation and moving forward. You can make a membership in several different ways. I'm going to have a Q&A membership for my pattern business where people can just come and have a community and ask more about crochet. And that's more about having me there, that's about building a community. There's all kinds of ways you can get this done. I'm a member of several memberships. I've got one that's teaching me more about AI and how to grow my business in a non-capitalist way. It's not about being a millionaire, it's about being enough. And it's full of like-minded people. It's a small group. And I'm finding that really, really useful because I'm learning so much about AI. It's brilliant about how I can use it. And it's helped me massively in the past few weeks make my plans for the future. I'm part of another membership which helps me learn more about memberships. Although I know how they work, I'm always looking for new ways of thinking, new ways of working. It's all about learning new things. You can do all the learning in the world, but it doesn't mean you're going to know everything. And you will choose the memberships that are right for you. So will your audience. If your membership is right for them, they will join. If it's not, they won't. Not every person who follows you is going to be interested, but some will. And it means that you have a set income coming in every month. And that's the part I love about it. You do the work once and many people benefit. And this is about choosing something which benefits your audience. You're probably part of several memberships yourself. Think of what works for you, why you would join them. There is a membership type for every business. Some memberships give people discounts off products every month. Some memberships give people early access to new products. There are so many different types around. If you think that you couldn't possibly have one for your crochet business, I would say that you're wrong. There are so many different ways to do it. And it takes away the guesswork of how much money you're going to earn this month. If you can start the month knowing that you've got a certain amount of income coming in, how much easier would that make life for you? How much stress will that remove, wondering if you're going to meet your targets for your profits this month? Memberships do that. It gives you a peace of mind. It gives you certainty when it comes to your finances. And it's just a really good thing to have, but you've got to set it up right. And just like there are many types of memberships, there are many types of ways to set up a membership. You can do it through email. You can have a Facebook group. You can have a WhatsApp group. You can run it on Discord. You can run memberships on YouTube. You can run memberships on a website. There are membership websites that you can sign up to. Payhip is a good one, low cost, but there's also very expensive ones. If you Google membership sites, you're going to come up with the expensive ones first. Things like Thinkific, AdSimplero, very, very costly. Not that I'd recommend that when you're starting out, but they are very good all-in-one platforms for when you grow later. Starting out, I go with a lower cost option. Payhip is a great one. A free Facebook group is another one. A newsletter. You can send out emails and through your email platform. There's all different ways you can run them. And it just depends on what works for you. It depends on what kind of content you're releasing, how you're going to run your membership. If you're running a Q&A membership, Voxer might work well. Platform like Discord, which it's known as a gaming platform, but really it's a chat feature. People can chat much more easily in different rooms, and that can be a good way as well. It's all going to depend on your setup, and there's all different kinds of ways to run a membership. You can have a membership about memberships. It's that big of a field, and how you can do it, how you can set it up. But if you choose the right platform, you can set up monthly recurring payments. So Payhip does that. You can actually do one through PayPal or Stripe. You can set up membership in them and they will take the recurring payment every month. So taking payments is easy as well. You don't need to send out monthly invoices. You can set it up automated. And there's just so many different ways that you can do this. Memberships are much more common now than they were a few years ago. A lot of people have them because of the fact that they are such a great way to have known income coming in every month. People are used to having subscriptions, and a subscription is just another word for membership. So Netflix, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, these are all types of membership. They call them subscriptions, but you're taking something and, they're taking a payment every month for their service. That is basically membership. It's just that there's no back and forward and chat. You're just paying for a service. So really my Crochet Pattern School podcast, that is a subscription because there's no back and forth. They're paying for a service. Same thing. Subscription, membership. If you think of it that way, you've got loads. You think of how many things you can have a subscription for these days. I've had subscriptions for deodorant, toilet rolls. And if you think about it, you'd laugh when you first hear of it. But they're actually really useful. So it stops me having to shop around and remember to go look for things every month. And just like a membership works, they come and go. I've unsubscribed from several, resubscribed later on. It's not about having members for life. It's about having people getting the support they need, people getting what they want out of it, and yes, that may mean people come and go. You can set up a membership with a founding members rate, and that is where the first few members get a discount, and they'll get that discount for as long as they are a member. You can then increase the price later. The reason behind this is now that there's a proof of concept, and you get reviews. Reviews of your membership make it easier to sell to new people. And once you have that proof of concept and the reviews, you can increase the price because that makes it easier to sell. So you may end up with members on several different pricing tiers. Memberships can change over time. You can add things, you can remove things that aren't being used, and you can make them as time intensive or time not intensive as you want. If you need to be involved and giving your time to it, the higher the price that is. So you can have really low cost ones that don't take much of your time, and you can have high cost ones where you're giving lots of your time every month. There is different price points, there is different needs, but what kind of defines the price is how much you personally have to be involved and what kind of overheads you have, what kind of costs your membership takes to run. But again, there's memberships that cost the span of everything. You can have ones as low as $1 a month. You can have ones as high as $1,000 a month. And there's probably ones that are even higher than that. But there's a whole spectrum. And it all depends on what you're offering and what your audience is likely to pay. But there is so much that you could do. Subscriptions, memberships, both the same thing. What could you offer? This is about bringing a certainty of income into your business. That's why they're so popular. That's why a lot of business owners want them. And they give a certainty to your audience as well, because your subscribers know what they're getting every month. They know what they're receiving and they're willing to pay for that. How you set one up, it's entirely down to you. There's just too many options for me to go through. Memberships are a great thing. You can create a membership from anything if you use your imagination. I would encourage you to go and Google the type of memberships that are already out there, and it might give you inspiration of what you can create for your own crochet business. Because I guarantee you there is a membership for you if you decide that's the route you want to go down. So if you have any questions, I'd love to hear them. If you're watching on YouTube, please let me know in the comments. If you're watching on for free, then go over to my Substack and you can ask the questions there. There will be a post for this podcast. I will link it in the show notes. And ask away. We can come up with some ideas from your membership over there. So thank you for watching the podcast. Please do go over to Substack at crochetbusinessschool.substack.com and you can ask all the questions there. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and ask your questions in the comments. So thank you for listening to the podcast, and I shall see you next time for the next episode. Bye for now.